This is a presentation on indus script decipherment. There have been four ancient civilizations extending from the 4th or 3rd millennium BCE up to the 2nd millennium BCE. These four ancient civilizations are the Egyptian, the Sumerian, the Indus Valley civilization, and the Chinese civilization. The Indus Valley civilization extended from the western parts of Tibet along the river Indus and its tributaries through Punjab and Sindh, and also along the Arabian coast of southeastern Iran and Pakistan and the Gujarat state of India. The script used in Indus Valley civilization had so far been not deciphered, though there have been various unsuccessful attempts. The lack of bilingual like seals similar to the Egyptian Rosetta Stone have made it difficult in the decipherment of Indus script. But bilingual like seals, that is, not exactly uh, two different languages used in a single inscription, which is the termed as bilingual, but bilingual form, that is a text inscription along with the corresponding similar reading pictorial representation have been there in the Indus civilization in the form of the chimera seals and various animal forms. In this context, we ought to know the corresponding civilization in the same time period around 2000 BCE up to 800 BCE that existed in the ancient Tamil Nadu in the far south of India along the river Tamarabarani, including cities like Adichanallur, which show exhibits like major burial sites, cave inscriptions, rock paintings, and various graffitis and terracotta. A little later, we will find this graffiti and inscriptions useful in deciphering few of the signs of the contemporary Indus seals. We will start the decipherment sessions with the first seal, which we tentatively called Muntalai Kadam because it finally reads so. Take a look at this seal. In this seal, on the top left corner, we see two signs. The two Indus signs resembling crocodile and comb. So there are two signs, the crocodile sign and the comb sign. Below these signs, there is a bull and a man with a spear-like weapon poking on that bull with his probably right foot on the forehead of the bull, and a sage or a similar person doing some meditation nearby. Now let's go into this seal in elaboration. The first sign is a crocodile sign, and the second sign is the calm sign. Crocodile in Tamil is Mudalai or Muntalai. Muntalai is a homonym for chief, that is Mun plus Talai, the one who leads the group from the front or just a leader. So Muntalai is a homonym for two words crocodile and chief. The second sign is com, which we will see later. It represents kadam, that is voyage in English. So the two scripts, the crocodile sign and the com sign, reads as Muntalai Kadam, which translates into English as the chief's voyage. Now let's go into the picture inscripted below the script. The picture consists of a bull and a person trying to control that bull with his one leg and a spear-like weapon, and a person sitting nearby looking at the event or probably meditating. We will have to note down that the person is trying to control the bull with a hand on one of the horn and with the spear and with the leg on the forehead of the bull. The spear looks like the angusam or a traditional pronged cane of a mahout. A mahout is a person who controls or rears an elephant. So this weapon typically looks like a angusam of a mahout who uses it when controlling the bizarre behavior of an elephant. Speaking of the elephants usually secrete a musk or the secretion which occurs in its forehead that is responsible for its run amok like behavior, violent and aggressive behavior, during which time it runs over in rampage, even over the mahout and all the people coming in its way. So this picture probably represents a bull in run amok, in a rampage, aggressive and violent, and it is being tried to put down or tamed down by the traditional means of bullfighting and then angusam. But the strange point here is the person uses his one foot and places it over the forehead. The forehead is a point where the musk secretion responsible for the quarrelsome behavior, the run amok like behavior of the bull. So this musk secretion occurs in the forehead of the bull. So the person probably tries to control or tame the bull by placing the foot on the forehead where the musk is secreted. So the two main words in this picture is the bull in run amok being tamed by the person by placing a foot on the forehead. So the words are forehead and the musk secretion from the forehead. So forehead in Tamil is muntalai. Mun is for, head is talai, muntalai, and musk secretion is directly related to Madanir, that is hard water or Kadiya Neer, which in archaic Tamil, as represented in many Sangam literature works, is Kadiya Neer, that is Kadam. So, the words describing this picture, the two main words describing this picture is Muntalai Kadam, the same as the script which is read as also as Muntalai Kadam. So both the script and the picture read as Muntalai Kadam. This is the essence of bilingual seals, the Rosetta-like bilingual seals of the Egyptian origin. Hence, this is a typical Rosetta-like bilingual seal wherein both the text and the picture reads the same, reads as Muntalai Kadam. So this clearly explains, using the various puns and homonyms used in the signs of this text and the picture, this clearly explains that the language used both in the script and in the pictorial representation is Tamil, the same Tamil which have been proposed by Mrs. Airavadam Mahadevan and Asko Prapula and various other previous Dravidian hypothesis pioneers. So this bilingual like seal explained with this text, two sign text and the pictorial representation is the single most important proof of Tamil being the language used in the Indus seals. We are having many bilingual like seals. In fact, we are having about 43 to 47 bilingual like seals, which have been elaborated in my book Read Indusian. And all these bilingual seals exactly read both in the text and in the pictorial representation. They read the same, and which is the essence of bilingual or bilingual inscriptions, and hence they are the proof of the language being Tamil, which have been the lingua franca or the language of the common people in the Indus Valley civilization. So the Muntalekadam seal, which reads both the same Muntalekadam in both the script and the pictorial representation, reads in Tamil, and hence the civilization, the Indus civilization scripts are Tamil and nothing but Tamil. One may have doubt as whether the crocodile, the Modalai, is a sign actually or just another pictorial representation or or graffiti. No, there have been many more seals with co-occurring many Indus signs. The crocodile occurs with other Indus signs in many other seals also, like this one, where the fish-like sign co-occurs with the crocodile sign. And another seal like this, the crocodile sign occurs along with a meditating person and co-occurring along with a spiral snake-like figure. One may have a question whether real drawings of an animal like this one, the crocodile, becomes a sign. How that is possible? There are many animal-like figures in the in the script, in the signs. For example, look at this tortoise sign in this seal, which is rather an amulet. And there is a tortoise sign and the old previously seen calm sign. So the tortoise sign and the calm sign. This script has a pictorial representation of a rhinoceros along with an elephant. And you will see, as we have written in the slide, both the script and the picture reads the same again. So this is one another bilingual seal where the text and the pictorial representation reads the same, and it is another Rosetta like bilingual. Here the text reads Am a Angada, that is Am a Angada, and the Amai Ankari. Yes, in the previous slide, the Amai and the Ama, so the tortoise and the rhinoceros, have become the homonyms. In Tamil, the Ama, Amai is a homonym for both the tortoise and rhinoceros. And Angada is the voyage, similar to Kadam. Angada is voyage. Ankari is the elephant, which is represented in the picture below. Coming to the next. So, the message in this seal is the chief's voyage, that is, the chief is going abroad probably. The chief's voyage, which is read in Tamil as Muntalai Kadam in the script, and the pictorial representation also reads the same Muntalai Kadam. But the satire is seen here. The chief's voyage, the chief going abroad, the chief's voyage is depicted in the pictorial representation as run amok by the bull. We all know in most of the seals the bull picture occurs. The bull represents the chief or the king or the priest. Here the satirical pictorial representation is given as the musk secretion in the forehead of the bull. That is, the chief's voyage is represented satirically as the musk secretion and the resulting run amok of the bull. The chief's voyage is equated satirically to the bull's rampage or run amok. In spite of being both the script and the pictorial representation giving the same message as Muntalai Kadam, the chief's voyage is the actual message seen in the interscript, but the satirical pictorial representation, which is probably without the knowledge of the author or the government. This satirical pictorial representation may be an independent work of knowledge or the view of the common man who is employed to do this inscription on this seal. So the seal inscription and the pictorial representation both read as Muntalai Kadam. And we all know the seals of the Indus Valley civilization had been used extensively in the trade as a government imprint or the seal for trade transactions and social occasion. So this is a prime example of the Indus script being written in Tamil. This is the cave wall inscription in the rock painting forms and the graffiti reading as the ஆம் கட ஆல் மாம் ஏல் வேறொரு ஆள் குறுக்கிட. This is the ancient Kelvali inscription of an independent script in the ancient Tamil Nadu, which we have mentioned in the previous slides, and having similar but not exactly the Indus-like seals. This the first sign reading as Amkada or Kadam is a calm sign, which we see in the Indus script, the example we have given before, the Muntalai Kadam seal. The calm sign here too reads as Kadam or Amkada. Why it is Kadam or Amkada? You'll see in the next seal. In the Kilwalai graffiti, below the inscription, the pictorial representation reads the same as the script written above. So the first sign is calm sign. Calm sign with an axis line and transverse short lines. The four transverse short lines and the central long axis line. This represents the boat and the four people standing on the boat. So it represents a travel by boat. And the first sign is the travel on the boat, that is Kadam, crossing the water, that is crossing the river. And in the case of the Indus seal, we saw about crossing the seas, the voyage. So crossing the waters is Kadam, Kadaam, cross water. Kadaam or Am Kada as a verb. The next sign is the dumbbell or hourglass sign, which is representing a man, a person actually. And the next sign is the big M, the M-shaped sign, and another hourglass and a cross sign, a cross in a circle. So let's see the meaning of these three signs. The M represents or actually is similar to the animal. So this denotes the person is traveling on the animal, which is the next, which occurs in the next graffiti. The person is on the animal. So all ma male, ma is animal, male is over and above the traveling on the animal. So all ma male. Ma is probably represented as the big M, pictorially probably a logograph representing the animal as the big M, the legs of the limbs of the M, denoting the legs of the animal probably, and the another hourglass slanting backward is probably the another person who has a weapon in this picture and who blocks the way of the person who travels on the animal. So he crosses the travel. So kurke vara வேறொரு ஆள் குறுக்கிட. So it reads as another person coming across the first person. So both the transcript and the picture in graffiti represents the same. So this is also a sort of bilingual where the pictorial representation and the script, the individual letters, characters in the script both represent the same, both read the same. The text and the picture read the same as read the same as Amgada al Mamel Eror al Kurkeda. Both read the same. So from this ancient Tamil script, which has an independent and Indus-like, but not exactly Indus, independent ancient script from Kelvale village in Viluppuram district in Tamil Nadu. We use this to decipher, to conclude that the Ramgada or Kadam is the word, is what the com sign is to be read. Yes. So it matches exactly in the original Indus seal example we are dealing now. The Muntale Kadam, the com seal, reads as Kadam crossing the sea. In the Kilwale inscription, the com sign is read as Kadam or Amkada. So the com sign is read as Kadam or Amkada. There are many other There are many other seals where the man versus bull combats occur. One such is this thing, where the bull is seen head to head batted against another man. So both the crocodile sign and the calm sign and the man versus bull combat are not new. They occur in many occasions in many inscriptions like Indus and non-Indus Tamil Nadu, ancient Tamil Nadu seals and inscriptions as well. Hence, but this is a prime example of Rosta-like bilingual seal where both the text and the pictorial representation read as the same. Hence, it is proved that Indus language is Tamil and the lingua franca of the Indus Valley civilization people is Tamil. That is the Tamil before the Sangam literature age, the what we may call as archaic Tamil. But actually, in many more seals, we also find the same bilingual like coincidences of the text and the pictorial representation all denote and point to the lingua franca as Tamil. But we see there is such an rich literature and rich satirical pictorial representation of using the homonyms and ponyms more in a poetic and an elegant manner, such that the Tamil actually used in the Indus Valley civilization is a mature form of Tamil, a classical Tamil, and much better than Sangam literature in my perspective, because it has been written by the message had been delivered and inscripted and written by a common man, common subject, and employee for that purpose, a sculptor or a scribe who may not have any long knowledge about poetry mm, or the literary specifications, but we have a very rich knowledge about satirical, the way to put the same message across in different forms in the text and the pictorial representation. The actual meaning of the text is not given in the pictorial representation. That is, for example, in this sale, the chief's voyage is not given in the pictorial representation. There is no chief or king on the boat going across the water. That is not given, such as like in the Kilwale example, Kilwale rock painting, where we saw the script, the message in the script was exactly the same, giving the same meaning as in the rock painting. The message was saying that a person was traveling by the boat and on the animal, and another person came against him with a weapon. So, cross him with a weapon. That was exactly the same thing exhibited in the painting as Kilwali painting as well, but not in the Indus. In the Indus, never or almost never have been the script and pictorial representation point to the same event. They denote the different event. Of course, the message in the text script is the actual message which the government or the king wants to give to the people. It is like a message on a stamp or a coinage or on the government emblems like that, which have been used in the current political era. But in the pictorial representation is a different one. It is an artistic sculpture or artistic work by the scribe who writes the message given by the government or the king or the chief of the department or the region. The message which he uses homonyms, sometimes many times in a satirical way, to depict some picture, some drawings, some sculptures, which read exactly the same in as in the text, but giving a satirical meaning. This is a very rich classical presentation of Tamil, which we call as we Tamils know it as Panja Pugulchi Ani. That is, you want to say a meaning, but in a satirical way. So the seals confirm that the ancient Indus civilization is of Tamils, was of Tamils, and used Tamil language, and the people and the script all used Tamil language. Thank you. We will see more of these such seals with explanations in future presentations.